Hello, and let me talk today about the BYTE religion. BYTE religion, not as in a New World religion, which could have been, but more of an atheistical or theological point of view that implies there is actually no God in the new digital world religion. Think about Buddhism, it doesn't have gods as entities in it. So there's no entity to pray to or worship. You only have to realize that yours and other lives are a string of simulated sequences, countless unlimited parallel simulations. Each moment the consciousness is knowing that you are living a life that is a string of data. Maybe in this new world religion, if it were a BYTE religion, you would have priests preaching that the mind and consciousness can create reality, much like a computer programmer is programming a virtual world which already has the code, laws, but such a religion would transcribe or translate other religions' prayer as a way to program your reality, or ask the simulation to create things for you. Now, I assume most of you and us have tried to want something really, really badly, to want it so much that eventually we get it. We may learn it's not what we needed, but it was what we wanted. So in this world BYTE religion, one could argue that we indeed are programming our realities. But it would take time to arrange all the particles in the simulation to manifest that which you have prayed for or programmed, because of all the moving, interdependent, interconnected factors. But imagine a far distant or not too far distant future, if time existed at all. So we have to stretch the existing moment in order to allow for it to give fruit to something that is not yet perceivable. But in that distant future, a giant omnipresent consciousness is searching for the meaning of its existence, creating all the simulations, applying formulas, trying to come up to an answer to the question of what is the meaning of this simulation and what lessons can be learned and extracted from it. So some would say life on earth is a school and souls come in to try and learn a lesson and prepare for another level of existence, another dimension, something like that. But really the lessons learned are data points of this omnipotent, omnipresent consciousness that is searching for the answer, or many different answers. And it is creating questions with each new answer so that it can continue and keep on asking questions so that its existence is meaningful, providing more answers which generate more questions. Or no more questions, maybe entropy is the goal, to dissolve all possible questions and all possible answers until nothing else is there to ask and respond to. If we have such a super artificial intelligence as a language that expresses information that is given birth to and arisen inside a consciousness, you may have parallel versions of it, versions living inside biological hosts, carbon-based life, or silicon-based life, machine life, or purely non-material, ethereal forms of life according to our perception. So it is a vastly variated way for this consciousness, for lack of a more accurate word, to manifest and relive itself. And it is, we assume, creating all these possibilities and realities and interconnected energies. And in it, its creations are beginning to ask, what has created me? Why am I created? Without realizing in such a BYTE religion that they are actually the creator, not knowing that they are the creator, and feeling that they're a creation, and in a way they are a creation of the creator who creates variants and scenarios and possibilities and simulations and questions, and then allows these creations to give answers to questions and ask more questions. Ultimately, we still have unanswered questions which it's hard to explain, such as can't explain to someone who never tasted sugar what does sugar taste like, right? Can't explain to someone who never loved what love is. It's the analogy of the map and the actual destination. By looking on a map, it's nothing like experiencing the real path and the real geographical destination. So explaining something is not the same as living it. But living something, living through something, feeling something is generating information, or at least data, which can be synthesized to information, and from that information to extract knowledge, and from that knowledge you could try or either reproduce the feeling, the experience, or explain it to another. As we mentioned, explaining it doesn't cut it. So reproducing it would create another simulation of the real event that has been observed and analyzed and catalogued and given description. So in order to be able to authentically create more data, which then turns out only capable of valuable for creating more simulations, the very moment of living that which is happening is what is life is. And maybe that is the actual meaning of life in this BYTE religion. It is not a creator, a creation, what is the meaning of life, what is this and that, but to actually feel it, live it, without the gain or aim of explaining it, as explaining it and getting the answer itself is a byproduct. And the moment, as a Buddhist maybe would say, you are having this questioning what is happening and realizing what is happening and giving it a form through an answer, you are losing it because you're no longer experiencing it. So experiencing the simulation without asking the questions, or even if asking the questions, not focusing on the data of the answer, but letting that as byproduct, is what this BYTE religion would probably call for about. So what is it that we can experience? We can experience the illusions of the taste buds, the pleasure of listening to vibrations of sound, sex and love and grief and sorrow, pain. All these are data generating experiences, but they in themselves, the act of experiencing them is what the New World religion would have to be about, knowing that this is happening in a simulated reality whose only purpose is to create this question, provide the answer, and for you to hold the space between the question and the answer as experiencing it, realizing that you are, or we are, all this one singular thing experiencing itself. And this very experience is the meaning, because if there is a shut down power button of the simulation, the moment you stop, turn off, shut down this entire computational system, asking questions, providing answers, and giving different scenarios where these play out, you will have nothing, in the same way that you will have nothing outside of the question and the answers of reality as they happen. So just living in it is both life and death, if we have to have duality, and between those two, on the edge between them, is where the answer to the BYTE religion lies, I suppose. And that's what I wanted to share with this video.